Hello, everybody.
Hello. Hello.
Okay, well, anyway, we're not going to start out with the song like we usually do because I don't feel like it.
Yeah, that's valid. Hold on.
And we just listened to an absolute banger. Thank you so much. I actually don't know if that's the artist or if I'm just, like, if I just can't read. But regardless, that was a banger. So, we actually don't need to listen to a song.
That's okay.
She spoke enough.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Weekly Q.
We're so back.
We're so back. This is our disclaimer right now. We're gonna be off every other week.
Yeah, for a couple weeks. I'm really sorry, guys. For some of you who are our average listeners, our fans, if you will, you know that I am designing cabaret here at Ball State for the Department of Theater and Dance. I'm the lighting designer, which is so slay. I'm so excited. But that does mean that I have design meetings every other Tuesday. So I had a design meeting last Tuesday. I'll have a design meeting next Tuesday, and then 2 Tuesdays after that. So
eventually
it'll be okay.
We'll be normal again.
Yes, we'll go on to, instead of design meetings, we'll have production meetings, which are on Fridays. So bear with us with this crazy schedule.
It'll be fine.
Yes.
And honestly, baby could use some me time.
Yeah, a break.
Not you. You don't get me time.
No, I don't get me time ever.
Well, I don't get a lot of me time either. But this week, I'm drowning in me time.
Yay!
Yesterday, I read a whole book.
You read a whole book?
Yeah, start
Okay,
to
I thought you
finish.
said
Almost, basically.
Was it 1989? 1980. Crap.
Dude,
1984.
don't.
And it's not ironic either.
Every time you say it, you're like reading 1989, and I'm like, hey, what?
Like Taylor's version.
Taylor?
Are you reading 1989 George Orwell's version?
Yeah, I just finished it. No, I read, I was at page 50 when I got to work, basically. I then finished it, which it was about 284 pages.
Okay.
Was the entire book.
Yeah.
So do the math on that.
Yeah.
And now I want to read another book. I want to read another book. I actually went and I bought 3 books.
Wow.
Yesterday.
You're so brave. What did you buy? Unless we don't want to share on.
No, we can share. It just is so like.
Okay.
It's so like, oh.
Yeah.
I bought Fahrenheit 451.
But that's a good book.
And then I bought Picture Dorian Gray.
I don't know what that is.
And then I bought American Psycho.
Okay, yeah.
Like a freak.
Well, but I mean, that's a good movie that I've also never seen.
I've never seen the movie.
Okay, me neither. So you'll have to tell me how it is.
But I'm really excited to read the book.
Yeah. What's the guy's name? The killer. Who is the American Psycho?
Patrick Bateman? Or is that
Is
the
it-
actor? Oh.
Patrick Bateman. Oh.
I
thought Patrick Bateman was the killer. We have some friends in
Oh,
the
yeah,
studio
by the
today.
way.
We have Maria, who's on after us. Music binds the people. And then our friend Elizabeth. Okay, so Patrick Bateman is the character.
Okay, that's what I thought.
And Elizabeth is, what's your major? Marketing. Okay, marketing. I knew it was something over there, like, truthfully, but.
I knew it was something over there.
Over at the Whittinger building.
Like, you saying over there, like.
Over there by the library. I knew it was something with business or administration.
Yeah.
Or. Yeah, no, literally. Okay, we went and got food, and she says, and I can't say the word, but the most period thing I've ever heard in my entire life. Yeah. She said, my career is getting whatever I want. Or no, I get whatever I want and I made a career out of it. That's what it is.
Oh, no, in period.
I get whatever I want and I made a career out of it. And honestly, that's literally period. I get whatever I want and I made a career out of it. Is the literally.
Put that on my vision board.
Yeah. I'm making that my motto forever.
Yeah. I am creating the life I deserve.
Yes. Ugh.
I will not accept the life I don't deserve.
Yes, and period.
Like, okay, Pearl.
I'm married. I think we should start all of our shows with
a Pearl quote?
No, an affirmation.
Oh.
I think we should start them with I major. What is it? What did you say? I major in. So I'm just a girl. And I get whatever I want. So I'm gonna get a career out of it. Yes, and then
I think, but honestly, I think what you said, starting our show with an affirmation and starting our show with a Pearl quote, is actually the same thing.
It is the same thing, truthfully. I am married.
I'm a star.
Yes. Please, I'm a star.
Like, same thing.
No, literally. So true.
So yeah, but I did a vision board today, in my class, and we were talking out in the lobby, I guess. I don't really know what you'd call it, out there, about like our majors and how we actually don't do anything.
No.
And I was saying how this morning I had to watch Baby Shark.
Yeah, and like I think that like liberal arts majors as a whole, we don't like we sit around and do nothing.
And do nothing. Yeah.
Like truthfully, like we were talking about Elizabeth and Maria's friend Morgan, and then my friend Annie. We were talking about they're all like in hard majors. Like Annie's actuarial science major, which I don't know what that is.
Like statistics, probability.
It's like, but it's weird. It's like the probability of
blank.
But it's not just statistics. It's like very specific probability of something.
Yeah.
And I think it's probability of risk. And I'm like, boring.
Yeah,
Snoozer.
The probability of something happening.
Yeah, let me look it up.
It's like along those lines.
And it's like, ew. Anyways, but she had to take astrophysics.
Which to me, I don't know how that relates.
She had to take a science course.
So she couldn't take like.
No, because of her major, it's all higher, and also she took everything in high school.
Yeah.
And so it was either
a science course. She couldn't take like what, like the geodes,
no,
like rocks.
So she took like literal like rocket science.
Yeah.
Like astrophysics, and I'm like, yeah, today I had to paint lines. Like
I don't know. I think she should have taken a science course on like rocks or astronomy.
I think she did take a space like stars and like.
Yeah.
But that was like for fun.
Oh.
Like, cause she has to have so many electives, and like she
Yeah.
also took one about movies.
Ugh.
And like, but that was because she had to have like a liberal arts.
Yeah.
Thing.
That's interesting, though, that it had to be like astrophysics or bust. Astrophysics or that was a hard word. Astrophysics or bust. Right?
Or bust?
Yeah.
I wasn't listening. Sorry.
Astrophysics or bust.
I don't know what that means.
You know what that means?
No.
That means like all or nothing.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So like I always say
nothing.
Like I always say Ball State or bust for me because I only applied to Ball State.
Yeah. Got it.
So like Ball State or bust.
So for her it was like I have to go for the top or I don't.
Or
slay.
she didn't have a choice.
Yeah, that's true.
It was either I take astrophysics or I flunk.
I think that's
or
kind
I
of what
actually,
it was.
Yeah.
I think it was that. I remember like she told me the options. It was something like astrophysics or something really weird.
Yeah.
It was like a really weird science, and I was like, okay.
Rocks.
It might have been something about like geology.
Geology.
But I think she chose astrophysics because she's good at physics.
I have never taken a physics course in my life.
I did look up what actuarial science is, and it's kind of what we said. It is a math that applies statistical methods in observation of natural events to assess the risk of events occurring.
Yeah, occurring. What will happen?
Boring. Like, come on.
Snoozer.
But also, she's gonna be making like $6 figures.
$6 billion.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Who am I to say?
It's okay. And then the rent, and we're gonna be like
begging for money on the street.
Can't hire me.
Yeah, please. I'm begging.
I did have my I don't really know what you'd call it. I don't even know if I'd call it a job interview.
Mm-hmm. Well, I was gonna ask, but I didn't know.
A job
air
conversation.
Yeah.
It wasn't really a job interview. It was just so laid back. So like, she was I mean this in the kindest way possible because like so am I. She was a yapper.
Okay, yeah.
But like, me too. She literally said herself, I'm a rambler. So like, I actually feel comfortable saying that. Because hey, so did she. And she just was like going on about the company and like their history and what they do. And then she asked me a ton of questions and like loved what I had to say. And so I actually have another interview Friday. So I have 2 interviews on Friday.
Interviews on Friday, period.
Yeah, I don't know what time on Friday. Yeah, I'm waiting to hear back from her still.
Period.
If she doesn't message me back tonight, I'm going to email her and be like, hey, so time's a ticking.
Yeah.
Friday's a coming.
I also have an interview on Thursday. I don't really want to talk about it too much because I don't want it to not happen and then be disappointed.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about it later. But it's the week of interviews for
Week of
everybody.
interviews, yep.
Slay.
I have 1 on Friday, 2 on Friday. One's for an internship, one's for a job. We'll see. She really, and I was really pleased. She said that if I got this position or whatever, they would keep me till I graduated.
Oh, nice.
So, like, if it, like, clearly was working.
Yeah.
And over the summer, like, I could work remote over the summer.
Awesome.
I would just have to do an occasional every now and then, like, drive. Drive. And I also occasionally, she said I'd have to drive to Indy every now and then.
Ugh, fun.
Drive to Indy and do client visits.
Take me.
And do client testimonials.
Can we go to the mall?
Can we go to the mall? Which one?
Yes.
Yeah. You want to go to Castleton? You want to go to Keystone?
Or Clay Terrace?
Clay Terrace?
I love Clay Terrace. Okay. Sorry, I'm
Oh.
getting a weird look from Maria.
Maria
She did
didn't
not
like
like
that.
that. It's in Carmel.
She was a
I've
Greenwood.
never been there. I'm scared. Sorry.
Just don't say that.
Okay. Moving on.
So basically, no, I love them all.
Me too.
I actually took Brady to the Keystone Mall for the first time not too long ago.
Keystone Mall
And
is
he
dangerous.
was
Not in like not like in a safety way, but like dangerous for my bank account type of way.
Never for me. I don't buy anything when I'm in there. I can't afford it.
do. I can't either. That's why it's dangerous.
I
leaves me with
I
2 pennies in my bank
literally
account.
can't afford it. So, no, I took him there for the first time, and he was like, what is this place? I took him into the Lush.
Okay, I have a bad story with Lush. First of all, so we don't have a bathtub in my house, so you can't use any of the products other
That's
than
not
the
true.
shower. Well, I'm also weird about my products in the shower. Like,
Okay.
but like you go to Lush, you get a bath bomb,
Yeah.
but you can't. They had the shower ones, but again, boring. Like, I just don't know. And like also, I don't know. I do like their gels. Their shower jellies.
I don't.
Oh,
I don't like
the jelly.
the jelly.
Yeah. Which honestly, if I'm gonna rate them, 5 out of 10. Love the smells. I love the idea.
They do
of
smell
it.
good.
They smell great, but when they deteriorate, they like fall apart.
Yep.
And then it's also like, are you supposed to rub it on your body or are you supposed to rip a chunk off? And I don't like ripping a chunk off because that
No.
feels weird. It
Yeah.
just was weird. It's weird. Anyways, so they have these like toothpaste mints.
Yes.
Well, Annie and I thought they were just mints. No, you brush your teeth with these. Like you
You
put the mint
one
in,
your
put
mouth,
water, and
put
then
a little
brush
water,
your
and
teeth.
then yeah.
Annie and I are like, a mint. And we're like crunching on it.
And
And
you
we're,
have like toothpaste. It's like I don't know what to say, but like evolving in your throat, like.
yes, like it's frothy.
Yeah.
Like our mouth is like frothy, and we're like, and it's like it was awful. So I've never been to a Lush since.
I love a good Lush.
It smells good.
It does smell good. When we went, I actually did buy a bath bomb. It was very fun.
Well, that's right by the Urban Outfitters, right?
Yes.
Urban Outfitters is my worst nightmare.
Why?
Because
I don't love it, but
here's the thing. Every time I go to that mall, we always get sucked into the Urban Outfitters, and there's nothing for me.
I like shopping at Urban Outfitters online.
And that's valid.
I don't like to go in the store.
The store's inappropriate.
It's
There's a lot of like
I don't
clothes
know.
that are see-through.
For me, I don't like to go in the store because I just have a lot of reasons.
That's
Half
valid.
the time in store, none of it's gonna fit me.
Yeah.
None
Yeah.
of it's gonna fit me. So
Because we went one time, right? And we went to the Urban Outfitters.
yeah,
And I was like, next, moving on.
and we were like, where are we?
Well, and because Annie likes it because it's very like tall, straight
Yeah.
like pants, like the jeans. Like,
Yeah.
is that okay? Oh,
Yeah.
Elizabeth gets it. Also the vinyl section, the
Yeah.
stuffy section, like there's
That
a lot
part
of
I
stuff for
do
like
like.
the girlies, and it's just not for me.
Yeah.
And to me, the Keystone Mall has so much to offer. Other than Urban Outfitters, but we always get sucked
And
into Urban. And you know what? Also gets me. This is specifically to Annie, who I don't think is listening. But you know what? Altered State, right across
love
from the
Altered State.
hall. Oh my God! It's like if we go into Altered State, I'm never coming out.
I love
Elizabeth
Altered
loved it.
State.
and praise you for that. Maria said she's never been to Urban Outfitters, and I praise her for that. Ugh, I love it.
I go to the Keystone Mall quite a bit, but that's because they have the Cheesecake Factory.
Yup. I almost went to the Cheesecake Factory
And
by
so,
myself.
like, well, you were mad at me that when I went.
I was.
I went,
and she didn't give me cheesecake.
I went because, hey.
It was also like a you and Dylan thing, right?
No, me and Brady went.
Recently?
Yes.
Oh, I thought it was
When
you
you
and Dylan.
texted me, like,
right.
3 weeks
and I was
ago.
Like, and I was like, hey, so where's my cheesecake?
3 weeks ago, I was at the Cheesecake Factory, and you were like, what are you doing? And I was like, what's it to you?
It said you were at the Keystone Mall, and I was like, I literally knew. You were at Cheesecake Factory, and said, so where's my cheesecake?
So that was also Brady's first time at the Cheesecake Factory.
Wow. I've only been once.
Wow.
No, I've gone twice.
I go a lot. But also, my mama loves it.
I've only eaten there twice. I get their cheesecake frequently.
Oh, okay.
Like I'll stop in and get cheesecake.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: is I love the Keystone Mall because there's an Apple store, and
I was literally gonna say that when you were like, the Keystone Mall has so much else to offer. You mean the Apple store?
Yes, because I love to browse. I like to look at the products. I think it's so cool. I like Apple, and I know it's like capitalist, and I know it's awful, but I love their store because it's so like open and it's so like calming and
No, it gives me
technological,
anxiety.
and like I love it. But the past 80 billion times I've gone in, they walk in and it's like, "Hi, how can I help you?" And I'm like, "Can I just look?" And you know what? I should probably just say that. I'm just looking around.
Yeah, you don't say that?
No.
What
I'm
do you
like,
say?
well, usually I do have something, like if I'm going to the Apple store, I have a reason.
Oh.
I'm not just like looking around. And so like
Then lie.
well, but then also at some point I need them to help me. And usually they help me and then they're like, okay, bye.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I did want to look.
Yeah.
So like last time I went, which was past weekend, I needed new earpieces for my AirPods because one of them ripped off. It just ripped off. I was like, okay, cool. And so I asked for that. I wanted to get a screen protector for my iPad, and they didn't have any. And then also I just wanted to look around. And then the guy helped me, and he was like, "Okay, here are your earbuds. Bye."
Well, that's what you do. You're like, no, I'm just looking around. And then you're like, by the way, I thought while I'm here, could you help me do this when you're done looking?
Yeah.
Duh.
But also, me looking around in the Apple store is not a good idea.
Oh. Well,
Because then it's like, oh, so I need a case for my I need a new case for my
you're
computer.
looking around anyway.
I know.
So, like, what's the difference?
Well, but at the Apple store, it's like I am gonna buy it. At most other stores, it's like I can justify not getting this.
Yeah.
One place I didn't let myself go to was what's the really nice fancy store? Well, it's all the stores at Keystone Mall. But it's like the boat store that has the whale. Vineyard Vines. I did not let myself go to Vineyard Vines because you know what? I would have bought so many shirts. I love their shirts. Love their shirts. The orange one that I always get complimented on.
I know.
It's from Vineyard Vines.
It's okay for men.
Yeah. For women, it's like you have to be on a boat.
Yeah. Like
I love
we live
their
in the
shirts.
Midwest.
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
getting on a boat.
No.
I don't.
It's very much like the dunes. Like you're going to the dunes and that's it.
Or you're an East Coast girl.
Yeah.
But here's the gag. I live in Indiana. Hey, you ever
Also,
been to the Corn Museum?
I mean, I know, actually.
I have. It's not in Indiana, actually.
I was going to say, it's in...
Somewhere.
Am I saying Kansas?
I don't know.
I feel like it'd be in Kansas.
I've been there, though, wherever it's at.
Anyways, I love Vineyard Vines. And I also went to the North Face store because I have those North Face pants, the gray ones, that I love.
Yeah.
So the North Face store at the Keystone Mall is like for sports. It's like for people who play sports.
It is. It's weird.
It's like, I'm sorry, I didn't want to buy a parka. Like, I wanted pants. Like, I don't know. It's in South Dakota.
Yeah. Yeah. Duh, I should have known that. It's where I saw Mount Rushmore.
Oh.
I
Which I've heard is underwhelming.
hate Mount Rushmore. I hate it.
Speaking of underwhelming sightseeing, let's talk about the Eiffel Tower.
Oh! I don't think... Look.
I know it's not real.
What do you mean?
Not the Eiffel Tower. No, what I meant. I mean, did you see that it caught on fire?
I thought that was fake.
It is fake. I
Okay.
want to talk about it.
Oh. I was about to say, please don't tell me you fell for that.
No.
I was like, seriously, like my heart sank because I thought you fell for it. I was like, your media literacy. Oh, I'm pained.
No, I knew it wasn't real because and our English teacher brought this up too, but it took him a lot longer than it should have. The Eiffel Tower is metal.
Oh.
Like, how is it supposed to catch on fire?
I didn't think about it like that. I just didn't believe it. I don't know.
Well, also, and I know this is the point of, because it's now a trend to make up fake things. Like, this is the second time somebody's been like, let's use AI to prove people wrong about media literacy. Because, like, one girl did it with the fireworks at New Year's Eve. Like, she said that a firework went into the ball and the ball exploded.
Oh,
Yeah. And it didn't happen.
It didn't happen at all? Or, like, was there a video?
No,
or like a fake.
She made the video. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even see the video.
Yeah, and then she.
I know what you're talking about. Though.
Another video and was like, "Don't believe everything you see on the internet," and I was like, "Okay, like come on."
You got school.
Yeah, like okay, and I think what's crazy though is that people were like, "And you know what? Yeah," and it's like, so you just lied because no, like
I love lying.
But I just think it's like interesting that people are now like, what if I made a fake video to prove to people what they shouldn't believe on the internet? I'm like, that's crazy.
That's so silly. I love it.
Who thought about let's pretend catch the Eiffel Tower on fire and post it and see what happens.
Well, never mind.
What?
No, I don't know. Never mind. I don't know enough to about that. When we go for a break here in a minute, I'll talk about it then. But okay. I don't know enough to sit here on air and be like, and by the way,
right. But also, and I think this is the point, but it's like, are we really gonna be like, oh well, I saw it on TikTok, so it's gotta be true? Like
me.
You know what I'm saying? Like you saw your first source was TikTok that the Eiffel Tower was up in flames.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Duh. I don't saw it on Facebook. I don't saw that on Facebook. I know it's real.
That's how I know it's real.
I done saw it on Facebook.
What do we listen to?
Honestly, that was the wrong mouse. Honestly, I think we're only probably gonna get one song in today.
That's okay.
And then so today I have picked "Death by a Thousand Cuts" by Taylor Swift. I really have been into this song lately. Yeah. So we're gonna listen to that. And then we'll go for a quick couple of stuff.
Yeah.
And then we'll be back.
Yeah.
So I hope you enjoy, Taylor.
Enjoy.
Okay, thank you for listening to Taylor Swift. Anyway. So what time is it? 5:30?
Yeah.
So we obviously need to do our High Low Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
But since we left
like High Low Buffalo for the past month and a half.
For the past month and a half, what's your High Low Buffalo? Go. Okay. I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know. That's way too much.
I don't know.
I don't like that. Let's make it less broad. Let's say since we've come back.
Since we've come back.
Which is still too much.
What have I done? I don't know.
I think my high has probably been
okay.
And then my low. No. Oh gosh, you guys, this is hard. There's been so many things.
I don't know. Sorry.
I think my high has been my work with Cabaret so far.
Good.
I think my low, I had a really poor experience at the beginning of the semester with a production company. And I'm just glad that it's over.
Yep.
So I think that was my low. My buffalo, it's something random.
Something quirky.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know if I have a buffalo. I mean, my classes are going pretty well.
Does it say your buffalo doesn't have to be cool?
Yeah, my classes are going well.
Good. Sorry. My high is probably... I love my classes. except for one, but we're not talking about that one.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa, I just kicked the thing like I always do. Anyway, I love my classes. I think it's so fun. Like, once again, I'm watching Baby Shark. I'm watching Bad Idea Right music video. I'm making vision boards. I'm like working in InDesign, like just doing fun stuff.
Yeah.
So
Period.
my low has been honestly, Elizabeth is gonna laugh. My low was last night. I woke up at like 3 a.m.
Awesome.
and have never been so parched in my life. It was bad. It was so bad. I sprung out of bed. I didn't mean to. I was trying so hard to be quiet. I really was. I sprung out of bed, waddled over to my fridge, opened it, and drank 2 Hi-C, like, juice boxes.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't have water.
Of course.
I had nothing to drink but 2 Hi-C juice boxes left in my fridge.
And they were gone.
And
They were
I
gone.
then drank them.
2 seconds, yeah.
She said she heard me, like, like sucking on these juice boxes. Like, one of my juice boxes was on my, like, desk this morning. Like, it had been, like, crushed.
Of course.
Like from my fingers, like, from my hands gripping it.
That's so funny.
And part of it, too, my fridge, it's, like, really sensitive. And so if I turn the temp down, or I guess up, if I turn it up, it's then not cold.
Yeah.
So I don't want to turn it up because then my stuff's not cold, but it currently, everything freezes. So I couldn't get, I was, sucking and squeezing on it so hard because it was, slushy at the bottom of my juice box.
Yeah.
And so I'm literally, moving my straw around. I'm, really going ham on these, slurping on these juice boxes.
Slurping on these juice
At, 3 in the morning. Like, it was so, I cannot even, and I laid back in bed, and I still was so thirsty. And I was like, yeah, I went to bed. She got back at about 10:30. I was already asleep. My tummy hurt last night.
Mm-hmm.
And so when my tummy hurts, good night. I'm
Yeah.
done. So I went to bed probably about 10. And then woke up at 3, it was so bad. And this morning, when I got up, I said, I don't know if you heard me last night.
And she was like, oh, I did.
And she was like, did you get a Capri Sun? I said, no, but I got juice boxes.
Well, I have been meaning to ask you this. How's your puzzle going?
I had to put it away.
Oh.
It was too big. I literally can't do it. I literally am so devastated. I literally did almost the entire border. Almost, pieces of the entire border, and I can't put it together because it's too big.
No.
So that's why I'm reading now instead.
Just shooting daggers through me right now with her eyes.
Baby needs to be enriched. I need enrichment.
I'm sorry. Have you thought about doing it on the floor?
I don't have room.
Okay.
If I did it on the floor, I'd have to do it under my bed in the dark.
Do you want a new rug?
Can you imagine, if she comes home and she sees me under my bed, hunched over like a goblin, over my 1,000-piece puzzle?
Is there not a dimensions?
I don't get those. I don't, I genuinely,
okay,
I don't get
it. Elizabeth is I've asked and answered.
My brain, I can read a dimension and that it means...
So you
it
have,
means
no
nothing.
Spatial awareness.
No,
or,
I
depth
don't.
Perception.
I don't.
Okay, awesome.
If I read it, and I was like, okay, I literally don't know what that means.
Okay.
My brain.
Do you not have a tape measure?
No.
Sorry, Elizabeth is move on.
I don't have a tape. I don't have a tape measure. You theater major.
Sorry.
What do you want me to do?
I'm a DTO to my core.
I watch Baby Shark.
I'm also such a man.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I have tools and.
I don't even own a ruler.
That's crazy to me.
Why would I own a ruler? I watch Baby Shark.
Elizabeth has a ruler.
Well, I'm not
You
gonna
have a
ask her
ruler?
that.
For those listening who can text us, text me if you have a ruler. That's crazy. I actually have like 4 rulers, but I'm also in a drafting class. So I'm in a drafting class, so that is different, and I know that. But I want you to know, when I came to college, I did bring 2 rulers.
Like, I don't...
Like, not, like, before I knew I was taking a... Thank you.
No, I freehand.
I have... Well, I'm also, to be fair, I also like to quilt. So I have quilting rulers, too.
So, like, I don't do any of that.
Okay, I have a Tim Holtz one.
Oh, my God.
I have a straight edge that's 18 inches. Then I have a T ruler. Then I have 2 18-inch quilting ones. No. Then I have 2 4-inch quilting ones. What? That's 8 ruler. Why do I have 8 rulers?
I don't do any of that.
And a 6-inch ruler. Did I already say that one?
I don't know. I don't rule.
I rule everything. Period.
I don't rule. I don't measure. Like because I don't know. I'm not good at it. Like just period.
I also
I'm
have
not
2
good.
architecture rulers.
Like.
But that's the scale.
So
that's
the puzzle.
Scale ruler. So
the puzzle I have is up in my closet now.
Damn.
Put away.
Or dang. Sorry, that was my bad.
But so it's whatever.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
Well, you can put it with John Thomas. They're both like ancient relics.
Okay, look, the puzzle I honestly don't even think I can.
At home.
I don't think I can.
Oh.
I don't think I have a space at my house. Okay,
but you could do it in that spare bedroom and then glue it, like Mod Podge the whole thing, and then put it on the wall.
Where on the floor?
Yeah.
On the carpet?
Sorry.
And then it's like wonky when you go to put the pieces together because it's on the carpet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Well, okay, but the issue is that you have to find a place that the dogs aren't.
I know.
So.
And even then, I don't know.
What about on your like the island, like the?
I don't think it's gonna be big
so?
enough. I think it's like, I don't know. I think it's gonna be just barely too short. Yeah. Just barely.
Dang.
So. Well, maybe someday I'll do my puzzle, but instead,
she's gonna read.
I'm gonna read a book.
Are you into book talk?
Not really.
Yeah, me either. But mainly because what?
I thought I was just like, okay, next, like.
But mainly because I don't get into the books that, and I know like book talk is like any book, but like the book talk I see, it's all like the fantasy romance books, and I'm not into. Oh, Maria, you're into it?
No, but I know what you're
talking about. Dylan's into it. Oh. That's Dylan's genre.
Oh, so is Elizabeth.
Dylan's
apparently.
Genre is fantasy romance books.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. They're not all fantasy, but most of them are romance.
I'm not super into romance.
Oh, I am.
I know, and I felt so bad. I know I was texting Brady, and I was like, I felt really bad when I texted the group chat and asked for book recs because with Peace and Love, I won't read any of them. Because I don't really like romance. It doesn't do much for me. I already read that though. I've already read the whole series.
I love a good romance book, and we don't really need to talk about it.
I just like I don't know. It's not that I'm not into it, but half the time it's so like, and there was only one room, and they had to share, and it's
that's why it's good.
Every single time.
But to me, it's so like, okay, snooze. For me, they're all that way.
I was gonna say I love a good enemies to lovers. It's like, ugh, they hate each other, so it's so passionate.
I don't know. I'm not into it. I'm not into it.
What? Yes.
I'm not into it, but it's like, sorry, I'm actually already happy.
Oh. Hey, what's that like?
Hey, I'm actually already happy. I don't need to read it to satisfy me.
Oh, I do. I need to live vicariously through a character.
No, I don't need to do that. Except after today, I might have to pick one up. Today was rough. No, he actually didn't pick it up at all.
Next question.
I called him, like...
Is he listening?
Yeah. So we're done talking.
Okay. Anyways, moving on.
He said, I said I'm not super into the fantasy romance, and he responded, and he said, but I read Crescent City. Just because which is like a fantasy romance thing. Just because I read one every now and then doesn't mean it's my, like.
Go-to.
Yeah. He also just said, okay, but I said I'm sorry about earlier.
Oh, God. That's why I clocked you. Anyways, let's move on. I love okay, here's the thing. I know you're not supposed to judge a book by its cover. I do. That. But I can tell you if it's a romance cover and it has the the 2 characters, and they're like not animated, but it's not drawn and it's not real. It's a good book.
And they're on a horse. Do you know the ones I'm talking about?
No.
Like
but
the
like,
ones
I,
the
like
old
there's
ladies
very
read?
specific, like, yes, but those are like the airport books that the old ladies read.
Yes.
I'm talking about like the romance books that you find in Barnes and Noble.
Oh.
And I think I have like 16 of them in my dorm, and I can show you the exact art style cover. If it has that art style cover, it's a good book. It's a good book.
I judge a book by its cover.
Absolutely.
When I pick a book out, I'm like, do I like the cover? And then I'll see if I'll read the back to see if it's good.
Also,
Yeah.
as a person of the LGBTQ plus community, I want a book that reflects that.
Yeah.
And I
no,
do read
for
those,
sure.
Right, and I do read those romance books, so I really appreciate it if there's that they put the couple
On the
front.
cover. No,
So then
I
don't have to
agree.
like be like, are you kidding me? Like,
Yeah,
don't have to
I
be
agree.
Disappointed.
Yeah.
So that's good. Also, it helps like for Red, White, and Royal Blue. Great cover. It's so cute.
It is cute.
It helped me envision a character. That way I don't have to completely make one up. However, I think when you're casting a movie, then you should make them look like the ones on the cover. Also, if we're gonna cast a movie based on the book, let's make the character reflect the description in the book, because
I like half agree.
well,
I half agree. If the description of the character actually plays into
it does.
the plot,
Yeah.
if it does, then you should keep it the same.
Well, because like
If it doesn't matter to
Yeah.
the actual progression of the plot, to their character, for example, if there's a person of color in a book and that is important to their character arc,
Yeah.
then it needs to stay a person of color.
No, I more mean like, for example, in Red, White, and Royal Blue, Alex in the book is very timid. He's a nerd. He's very book smart. He's
Okay.
very like, he has glasses. Like he's not a brown noser, but like very much like is
Yeah.
just in line. And so for him to like knock down this cake, for those who know, it's a big deal.
Yeah.
And like he in the book he doesn't, I don't think he is drinking, but in the movie he's drinking, and that's why he like stumbles into the cake.
Yeah.
And I just think that in the movie Alex is like this partier, like he's like this rich famous guy, and like I didn't like that very much. Now,
Yeah.
I will watch
That-
this movie over and over.
That
and over.
I will agree that part, like the way he whatever is important, but sometimes certain physical attributes and whatever literally don't actually play any
Yeah, no, and that's-
importance
yeah.
to the character.
Yeah, no, if it's like he had 8 abs, and it's like, okay, like whatever.
Don't
Like,
care.
I don't need that. But like I think if it's like the character develop, especially because like that kind of helps me not only develop a character
Yeah.
but develop their relationship.
Yeah.
It's also not real, so take that with what you will. These aren't real people, but they're real to me.
They're real to me.
Um,
No, I don't know. I don't mind a romance. I don't love it. I'm pretty neutral, I guess.
that's valid.
I don't know. Yeah.
Oh, Nicholas Sparks is good.
Too much. When he starts getting wordy, I'm done.
Yes, like when you spend 8 pages describing the color of a shirt, I'm like,
Oh my
Please.
gosh! When I yesterday when I read 1989, when I read 1984 yesterday, there's a part in the book where the main character has to read a book. That was the only part about it I absolutely did not like.
sometimes I skim.
I did.
I'm a skimmer.
I had to, because it was honestly, well, and then it talked about it later. It was like, well, what you read wasn't anything that you didn't already know. Because, I mean, and that sounds pointless, but like it did
Yeah.
like make sense that way. But like, I'm not full reading it then.
Yeah.
It was like pages upon page, like at least 10 pages of this other book that
No.
like,
I really like.
and that was crazy to me. And there's a bit of romance in 1984, and I didn't know that. And so I was like, what?
Can I tell you? I almost just clocked you. I was like, it's 1989.
Oh my
it's,
God.
It's just not.
I was like, I don't know what I was like, why is there romance here? It wasn't super like fleshed out or anything, but it's very much a hot button topic. I'll have to read you a quote. The quote that I sent Elizabeth, and it was crazy. Hey.
I was into it.
Why?
No, I wasn't into it. I was just like, it was really shocking and funny. Like I wasn't. Into
It was so
in a way.
like,
Oh,
Yeah, there were some, like, quotes from that book that were just absolutely, like, why would you say that?
Like jaw dropping. Like
Yeah, it was crazy. So, but I really loved it. I don't know which book out of the 3 I bought I want to read next. I don't know which one I want to read next. I might read Fahrenheit 451 next because it's also kind of short. Kinda, comparatively. Yeah, so.
I'm trying to remember. I used to read an author a lot, and I know this is stupid, but 4th grade, I read like all of her books. I don't remember who she is. But do you guys ever read the Haddock's books? I forget her name.
They were like kind of scary.
Yeah,
I can't remember. Margaret
Peterson Haddock's. Yeah, and she had a missing like that was
Yeah.
it was missing, and then like it was I think it was what this looks like 8 books, which I didn't read them. Yes, those. I don't remember what they're about. I know it's like a missing children.
Yeah, I read that. Well, at least one of them. I don't know.
Yeah.
I was into scary books.
I
when
read
was
good
younger.
books. No.
I did.
I don't understand, and maybe I should read The Shining or something like that. I don't understand how a book could be scary.
I don't know. To me, necessarily, I don't find a scary book scary, whereas most of the time it's very suspenseful.
It's intense.
It's the intensity, it's the suspense of it all, like the way that when it's wrote in certain ways,
Yeah.
it's like drawn out and suspenseful. I wouldn't necessarily say that I get scared.
Maybe I should read The Shining. Really?
I have heard that The Shining is scary. Granted, I've never read it. I do also have at home Carrie that I want to read.
Oh yeah.
I want to read Carrie.
Or
But
what's
also,
the
Carrie is
animal
not
one?
scary to me. It is so sad. It is
Pet Sematary.
so sad. Dylan wants you to read The Long Walk. If you don't think a book is scary, read The Long Walk, he said.
Okay.
I don't know what that is. Well, I probably would if I Googled it, but
I'll
you
look
know.
it up. Oh, by Stephen King?
Oh.
Let's look it up. It's a dystopian horror novel by okay, hold on. I didn't need the Wikipedia page. Okay. By Stephen King. Okay. I don't care about I want to know what it's about. Okay. In the near future, where America has become a police state, 100 boys were selected to enter an annual contest where the winner will be awarded whatever he wants for the rest of his life. So to me, it's the Hunger Games. But
Kind of, but contest is like different to me.
honestly, this does sound good.
Like contest to me is different than a literal fight to the death. Like a contest is like, let me see whose name I pick out of the hat. Like
Yeah.
to me, that's a contest.
I read a book called Alabama Moon. Anybody else read it?
No.
Oh, it's so you guys need to all read it. Like it's so good. That's all I have.
Okay. No, growing up, I loved these books. I was such a scary book kid.
Mm-mm.
I'm like, was about to start talking about another book that I read, and I was like, wow, okay, scary girl. Okay, weird girl. Okay. I used to read these books called Nightmares.
Mm-hmm.
It was so good. Genuinely, it was so good. It's about like, it was just, I don't know, it was so good. And the guy who read it, I think, let me look up who read it, because when I found that out, I was like, why am I reading a book by him? Like, by who are you? What's your name? There was like 3 or 4 of them, and it was just so fun. My mom would get me one like every Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was such like, I knew like at Christmas I was going to be getting that book.
Yeah.
And it was something about it was so like
Did you guys do book fairs?
scholastic.
Yeah, Scholastic Book Fair. Ugh, my favorite time of the year. Yup. Yes, ma'am.
So
Yes, ma'am.
the guy who wrote these books that I loved so much was the voice of Vector in Despicable Me. He was a phenomenal children's writer. Literally phenomenal.
You just got victored.
You just So imagine I found out I'm reading a book wrote by him. That was like,
wow.
it was a really weird moment for me.
Anyways.
It was so good. I
Wow.
recommend it to anybody. I also read growing up Miss Piggly Wiggly.
Is that like a Junie B. Jones kind of thing?
Kind of, but it's like, she's like a she's not a maid, but like she kind of is. She's just like this old woman that's like friends with all the kids in the neighborhood, and like.
Like, that sounds not okay.
Hold on, Miss Piggly
Do you
Wiggly.
guys read the fairy books?
Yeah,
The fairy books? Yeah.
I loved them.
Jason Segel.
Okay, a woman with a magic way of curing children's bad habits. So she like you would read it and it was like learning lessons. So like she would formulate a cure for a show off or formulate a cure for a crybaby or
Me.
like that's what she would do. And so she was like kind of friends with all the kids.
Do you guys do like AR, accelerated reading?
AR? I was like, what? I mean, I don't know.
Did you okay? So like in middle school,
Maybe, but maybe we didn't call it that, you know?
Well, we had
So-
SSR, which is self-sustained reading time, and that was like
Yes.
30 minutes, and you had to read whether it was
Yes.
nonfiction or fiction.
Yeah.
And we had AR, which is accelerated reading, and it was like a program, and you had to take a test at the beginning of the year and then at the semester. And excuse me, the test told you what grade level you were in, and then how many points you should get by the end of the semester, or we did 9 weeks. So, then each book that you read is worth a number of points. So, like, for example, so like Harry Potter
Yeah, we
were
did
like
reading
30
counts.
points.
We did NWA to get our lifestyle, and then we
Yeah,
did counts
to do
and
the
it
points.
depended on the teacher about how many points you needed to get per month, per week, and per
Interesting.
Yeah, we were like,
Ours was like an actual
yeah, we would
Really?
do
That sounds interesting.
NWEA.
and that'll give you like what level.
What level of reading, what your reading level is. And then we had a select number of points that we had to earn every 9 weeks. But even then, they typically broke it down by month and by week. And then, but you had to be, by week was iffy, it depended. But like you had to be reading a book in your level, or else they'd be like, that's not you're cheating.
Yeah.
They'd like be weird about it.
Well, so like what we would do, it was crazy. Like, well, because there was some people would just read a ton of the nonfiction, really skinny books because they're all worth a point.
Yeah.
So then they would just read 30 of those and then get 30 points, which the tests are really easy. So you could check it out and skim it. The issue was you had to check out a book. Well, you didn't have to, but teachers would start looking if you checked out books and if you took the test. Because my grandma was a librarian, so she knew all the tea. Yeah. But like Harry Potter was like worth like 15 to 20 points. So people would read, they'd be like, okay, well, I'm going to read Harry Potter. And I remember one of my friends, Linda, she would wait to read Harry Potter. She'd be like, well, I can't read this book until the next semester or next quarter.
Yeah, so you can
So I can get the points. Yeah.
Yep. We did that. I remember people doing stuff like that too. So.
Ugh.
I didn't realize we were going to be book talk today.
Yeah.
More you know.
Yeah, readers.
Readers. Reading Rainbow.
What? No, I don't like
But-
reading.
That being said,
I used to.
we are going to go.
Yeah.
And
Make sure to
then-
tune into
Yeah.
Maria's show,
I was gonna say,
Music Finds the People.
we're going to go. I'm going to export my recording.
Yes, Nickelodeon Night for Miss
Nickelodeon
Maria.
Night. I listened to the songs. They're pretty good. There's a
Really?
couple I didn't know.
What are
There was
they?
a couple I didn't
Can I see
know.
the songs?
So, yeah, stay for her. We're going to get
Yes.
off here a little early so I can export my stuff and so she can start on time and
Yeah,
do all the
period.
wonderful things in the world that we love to watch her do.
Alrighty.
Wow. Anyway, so have a great day. Thank you so much for tuning into WCRD
we'll see you
91.3.
not
Not
next
next
week,
week.
but the week after.
Week after. Thank you. Bye.